Well, woodworking is a craft that takes hard work, dedication. Ansley Watson this morning has more on that today as she visits with a local shop that knows more about it. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. I'm standing in Steve Uren Studios, and I am standing amongst true pieces of artwork here. I'm surrounded by so many wooden artworks, tables and desks, clocks and cutting boards. So in a bit, we'll get to talk to Steve to see how he makes all these unique pieces. He does each one individually by hand, and they're also different. Nothing is ever the same. He also has his little signature cutouts, I guess you could say, in all the words. So we get to talk to him about what that is and how he just got into this hobby in the first place. So stay with us. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. It looks like a fascinating place. And as we get ready for the day, well, fascinating places. At least we've had good weather to get out and do all of our holidays. Taking a look at woodworks created by Steve Uren Studios. So this morning, Ansley Watson is in his studio telling us more about what he's been doing. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. Yes, Steve Uren has made so many beautiful pieces of woodwork. I'm here with the woodworker himself. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with me, Steve.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So where did this inspiration come from?
You know, when I was growing up, my grandfather made a lot of furniture for a cabin he built up in Big Bay. And just watching him use the woods and just making like chairs, tables, and beds and things like that for a cabin just really inspired me to work with wood, and so I've been doing it for a long, long time.
Now, what different kind of pieces are we looking at here? Behind us, we've got this beautiful desk or table here, and we got clocks.
I've got clocks. I make sculptural shelves. My furniture is all one of a kind. That would be an entry table, a sofa table, a hall table. You know, any kind of table you'd want, actually. You know, and my clocks, they're made out of different woods. We've got walnut, bird's eye, cherry, tiger maple, curly maple.
We were talking earlier about woods that are specific to this area. Talk to me about those. We were looking at this table here. If we can see the speckles.
Yeah, that's bird's eye maple.
Okay.
That's from the UP here.
And then if we look closer here, you've actually put little rocks from Lake Superior in those little notches, haven't you?
Yes, I did. There's some natural knot holes there, and I filled it with some resin and Lake Superior stones.
Now, when you're making a piece, how do you know what wood you want to choose from?
Well, I get an idea, basically, of what I'm going to do, like just a concept in my mind of what I'm going to do. So then I go through my lumber piles that I have, and I look for just the right piece that I think is going to work really well. For that, and I just start from there.
Where do you get these the wood from? You don't go out in the woods and chop it down yourself, do you?
No, I buy it from somebody who cuts it and dries it properly.
Okay.
So it's been kiln dried, which it needs to be for what I do. From different sawmills around the UP and parts of Wisconsin.
Now, you're definitely an award-winning woodworker. Talk to me about some of the shows that you go to.
Well, I participate in art shows around the country. I've been to, East Coast, West Coast, South Coast. This past summer, for example, I went to Seattle, Washington, Colorado, and I guess last winter I went to, out to Maryland. So I travel pretty extensively to go to these art shows or exhibits.
Is there a particular area that you enjoy going to?
You know, one of my favorite places is Madison, Wisconsin, and the UP. The whole Wisconsin UP region it's pretty much home to me too. So it's one of my favorite places to be. But I enjoy going pretty much anywhere I get to go. So.
All right. Well, stay with us. We'll talk more about what Steve does in a little bit. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right. Thank you very much, Ansley. Those are fascinating.
This morning, we're learning a little bit more about how wood is created into amazing pieces of furniture and design pieces. Now, Ansley Watson joins us to show us a little bit more on that. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. That's right. We're going to talk more about these pieces that Steve Uren makes. It's incredible. Steve, whenever you start on a piece, what is the process? How do you think of a plan? How does that work?
I get an idea, and then I just kind of I just build it with the materials that I already have. So I look at something and a piece of wood, and then I'll kind of build around that.
Because your pieces are definitely one of a kind. Every single piece is different.
Right.
So you sit down, you sketch something out.
Not necessarily. No, I just kind of get an idea, and then I go through my lumber piles, and I will just find like, oh, this is perfect for a top, and then whatever I can get out of that piece for a top will dictate the entire size.
We touched on the different kinds of woods you used earlier, but tell us what woods you use again.
I use a lot of bird's eye maple, a lot of cherry, a lot of figured yellow birch, a lot of curly maple, and then I've got cherry, all domestic regional woods from UP and Wisconsin.
I noticed you definitely like to intertwine the light woods with the dark woods. Do you like to do that with every piece, you'd say?
I think I do it just about every time. Yeah, I like the contrast. These are all the natural colors of the woods. I don't use stains or dyes, so I'm just kind of glorifying the natural colors of the woods and combining them, together to build some contrast.
Now, as we look around, you definitely have a signature look with the lines and the dots. Can you kind of tell us what you do or how you do that?
Well, a lot of them are, they're just like an inlay or they're laminations. So I'll cut the wood in several different steps and laminate it or glue it back together and then finish it.
Now, do you make custom pieces for people?
I do. I do a lot of commission work for people all over the country. Actually, I'll do commissions for people based on pictures and dimensions that they give me.
Yeah, I know we're looking at the cutting boards right now. I think those would be really cool gifts, wouldn't they?
They are. They're extremely popular during the holidays. Yes, they are. They're all, everybody knows, especially in the region here, everyone knows bird's eye maple. And they're quite popular.
Is there something that you like to make more than others?
I really like making the furniture. I really do. But then I really like, well, I don't know. I mix it up a lot.
Yeah.
I really do. I do it. I do this because I like it. It's all love.
Now, you go to a lot of different shows all over the country. When people that you've never met come up to and see your work, what are some of the comments? What do they say about it?
Oh, they say, this is really unique. I've never seen this before. They'll ask me questions like how I got started in it, what types of woods I use. It's genuinely, people are really friendly.
And then if somebody wants to contact you about this, how would they go about doing that?
Well, my studio is open by appointment, so they can call me or visit my website. My phone number is 906-458-8035, and you can just call and set up a time, and I'd gladly come here and show you.
And what's your website?
It's steveuren.com.
Okay. Well, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the work you do?
No, I just really enjoy it, and thank you very much for having me.
No problem. Thank you. I was going to say, you do this as your job, but you would
It's a full-time job, yes.
Yeah,
it is.
you would have to really enjoy it, wouldn't you?
The only reason I do it, it's a lot of work, yeah. But I do love it. I have a strong passion for woodworking, so.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Steve.
Thank you.
Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson. We'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.